shot selection and shot generation. Shot selection is eliminating the worst shots. We want to get better shots over the course of the game, so let's eliminate the bad ones. Let's eliminate as many 3s and 5s as possible and get as many 7s and 9s as we can. Now, shot generation is going to be different from your team shot selection. Your team shot generation is going to be how to create the best shots. So shot selection, eliminate the worst shots. But shot generation is how to actually create the best shots. What are the best shots for your team? Where do you get the most points per shot? How can we generate those? Do we generate off dribble handoffs, off of split actions, off of our baseline out of bounds? Like, we need to know time and situation, how we can generate the best shots. So let's talk about shot selection just a little bit. There are no 10s. A 9 would be an uncontested layup, just like my guy DJ is getting there in the picture. 7s are your shot. That's a shot that a player is going to make 7 out of 10 times in their training. We want them to shoot that. Like, the 7 might be different for every player on your team. But again, going back to their Scott, going back to role definition, help them understand what their 7 is. A 50 would be a 50-50 shot. If you're coaching with a shot clock, you're probably going to take more 50-50 shots. At the high school level, there's less 50-50 shots we have to take. We have no shot clock. And 3s are just the terrible shots. Those little third grade shots that parents are like, shoot it, every time you watch your third grade team play. Now, this is going to be what we see of the most common shot locations in the NBA, how it's kind of evolved. And it's an older slide. You see it's 17-18 was the last year that we have it on here. But with this, you'll see that these are the top 200 shot locations with these hexagons. They have pretty much eliminated anything from the mid-range, because we know in our shot selection, it's eliminating the worst shots. The worst shots have the lowest points per field goal attempt. So these shots that are under 0.85 points per field goal attempt, don't take as many of those. Corner 3s in the NBA are typically worth 1.1 or 1.2 shots. Top of the key, 1.05 to 1.1. And as we get to the rim, that's a really, really deep green, which is a plus 1.2 or higher. Eliminate the bad ones. That's what shot selection is about. Turn down those small advantage shots and find big advantage ones. Here's what I encourage you to do at some point, either tonight or this week, for your team. Rate your shot attempts from so far this season. What number would you give the majority of them? Maybe just go back and watch your last game. Watch every shot your team takes. Again, shot selection does not depend on makes and misses. It's the moment we shoot the ball. Then, second thought, what is your plan for generating better shots the rest of this season? How can you, again, eliminate the worst shots and get the best ones through better shot selection? So that's shot selection. Now let's talk about shot generation. Right? How do we generate the best shots the most often? You'll know your team, who your best shooters are. I'd actually encourage you to throw out field goal percentage and use EFG, effective field goal percentage. In fact, it's as simple as number one, if you have Huddle will give you your EFG right away. Even if if you just Google EFG calculator, the first result that pops up will be one for you. And simply what EFG does is this: it helps 3s be worth more than 2s. And so it's an adjusted field goal percentage. And you see the actual math equation right there. It's field goals plus 0.5 for every 3-point field goal made, right? And that total number divided by your total field goal attempts. That's going to give you your EFG for every player on your team. That's going to help you understand who needs to take the most shots, who has the best efficient field goal percentage, not just field goal percentage. Right, let's look at Steph Curry. Right, these are 2 different shot charts from 2 different seasons. On the left, we have his rookie year. On the right, we have 5 years later, that unanimous MVP season. And simply what he did was figured out that by getting to the rim and adding range, shooting more, right? The hexagon is how frequently he took those shots. He was going to be a more efficient player, better shot generation. The more distance he has, the more it opens up rim drives for him. Defense has to guard him farther out. They've got fewer opportunities to sag off or just play inside the 3-point line. And if he's not open for a shot, he's able to get drives all the way to the rim. And he still took some mid-range shots, but we'll see those hexagons are much smaller and there's a lot fewer of them. He learned the importance of shot generation.